Okay, line 2. Teed, did you just stay here and hit stop and then hit start again? Never mind that. Maybe? Line 2. What is our line 2? Our line 2 is our chest rig or our plate carrier. Your load bearing equipment. It could be a combat vest. It could be all kinds of things. It might just be, it could be your jacket, and your jacket's all loaded out with different stuff in the pockets or whatever. Okay. So here we have my chest rig and my plate carrier. And so we're going to talk a little bit about how they're set up, but talk more about why they're set up the way that they are. And so part of the conversation that we need to have with our line 2 is chest rig versus plate carrier. Why one and not the other? It's a gut decision informed by experience and possibility versus probability. The chest rig is going to carry all your stuff, right? Period, the end. The armor, or the body armor, the plate carrier, is going to carry all your stuff, plus, hopefully, stop bullets. The way a lot of people get around this is just run a slick plate carrier and then run a chest rig over the top of it. That's totally cool. And that way, your chest rig is set up the way you want it, no matter what. You know, when you put it on, whether you put armor on first and then the chest rig or just the chest rig, the muscle memory is all the way there. It's very smart. Very smart. I am not that smart. I have not graduated to that system yet. So I have a plate carrier and a chest rig. The nice thing about having one versus the other is that if I had to, these are both completely, autonomous systems. They do not require the other to operate. So if things got really squirrely, I could put this on and hand this to a buddy or vice versa. So I've got more equipment than I necessarily need, which some would say is a good thing. Some people would say is not a good thing. That's fine. But if you're wondering which one should I do and you have not purchased any equipment yet, you might look into buying a plate carrier, putting armor in it, and then buying a chest rig to go over the top of it. What brand? Wow. That's tough to answer. It depends on what your budget is and how much you're going to be doing with it. There's lots of good brands. Condor is not a bad brand. You can get Cody from Sojourn Gear to make you one that will absolutely destroy the Condor one as far as quality of build. But it's going to be expensive. Tactical Tailor, London Bridge, HSGI, Cry Precision, Rothco. There's lots of brands out there, and most of them are pretty good to real good. Some of them suck. And as I've said before, and then we'll get off of this subject, Condor may have been crap a decade ago. It's not now. It's really good stuff. I put 7.5 to 10 miles a week on this one, and it looks new-ish. I mean, it's just held up really well. It's held up really well. So, armor versus no armor. I take armor when I'm positive that rounds are going to fly. And by that I mean working a checkpoint in a place where I'm going to be seen. Security detail, working a checkpoint, making entry on a target, things of that nature. I take the chest rig for my long-range bug out. That's chest rig all day, baby. Why? Because I save a ton of weight. This, as configured right here, is 38 pounds. 38. This, as configured, is 22 pounds for very similar capability other than the ability to stop bullets. So 16 pounds is 16 pounds. Now there is a day pack mollied onto the back of this. We'll talk about that in a minute. But long and short is line 2 is the thing that you're carrying in this region. It's the next step out from your belt and your pockets, right? Your pants pockets or whatever. So pick which one you want to go with and go with it. I think if you live in an urban or suburban area, get a plate carrier. If you're going to bug out before the world ends and you don't have any of this, probably get a plate carrier. I think you have a higher likelihood of having rounds fly there. If you're rural and you want a plate carrier, get one. If you already have a plate carrier, get a chest rig. If you don't know what to get, you'd probably be best served by a chest rig. Just fact. I don't think as many rounds are going to fly in the countryside as they are in town square. But who knows? I could be wrong. So you go with your gut on that one. And as far as going with my gut, when I think, I just kind of get an inkling like, oh, this is definitely a plate carrier situation, I put the plate carrier on. Otherwise, I run the chest rig because it's almost identical capability, but with a lot less weight. And like I said, that weight adds up, man. Boy, does it add up. So let's talk about how these are set up. This one, the plate carrier, there we go. The plate carrier has a Bearfac right here, which is standard blowout kit. Now, you'll also note that both my Line 2 kits have a blowout kit on them, as does my Line 1. Yes, it's redundancy. If all I have is any of these could stand alone, that's intentional. Number one, I'm willing to take 2 extra pounds for the increased capability. I like having lots of tourniquets. I like having lots of pressure dressings and quick clot and gauze and those things that, man, if something goes bad, it usually goes bad quick, and just capability is good. Chickens. Hold on. Yeah, you better fly away. I'm okay with having the capability, the extra capability. I mean, what's in this? You guys know what's in this, but we'll just run down it again. Gen 7 cat, shears, decompression needle, trauma dressing, medical tape, gloves, chest seals, airway, and 2 5x9s. That's what's in that one. And then I also have quick clot in that. I've added quick clot to my own kit there. And similarly, this blowout kit is similarly outfitted on the chest rig. But on this side, on the cummerbund, on this side, I have the blowout kit, and I have it pretty much up front. It's kind of in that sweet spot. If you imagine straight ahead of you is 12 o'clock, it's probably right at about 2, not quite 3. It's definitely not, yeah, it's right about 2 o'clock. And the reason for that is it's just out of the way if I have to lay prone, but it's far enough forward that I can draw my sidearm without an interference. And that's another thing here. As you layer these things up, you need to be able to access all of the stuff all of the time as you layer up. Your Line 1 and your Line 2 should interface seamlessly. Should. They're probably not gonna. So you need to learn what interferences you have and then train around them. But you should be able to get your weapons out and your medical out and your reloads out without thinking about it, right? You shouldn't have to fight any of that. And if you do have to fight that, you need to rearrange your stuff. And I know it's a pain in the butt. No, it takes so long to tie the molly and do this. Yep. But if you need your weapon, you need to be able to come out with it now, not, okay, got it. Or again, that tourniquet, 38 seconds. So, first aid kit on this side, blowout kit rather, on this side of the cummerbund. Come around the front, I have a grenade pouch here. The reason I have that grenade pouch is because when I'm rucking, my cell phone fits right in there, and then I can listen to podcasts while I'm rucking. That's why. It's not some high-speed thing. That's why it's there. And it's this stupid digital camo ACU. Not a fan, but there it is. I mean, there it is. Whatever. I have 3 mags up front, and then I have 3 more mags on the left side, cummerbund. My left side is my off side or my weak side. So I run the weapon with my right hand, and I reload with my left hand. And so on here, I've got a folding knife, and I've got a Sharpie, and a pen, just a big pen there, writing utensils. And I've got nothing here currently, not a thing in that pouch currently, always subject to change. And then I've got a dump pouch here rolled up on the left cummerbund. So if you have to make a tactical reload, that you come down, or at least I come down out of the weapon to the dump pouch with the spent mag or the half full mag, then come back up out of the pouch, magazine pouch, up into the rifle, hit the release, back on target. Yes, I know Magpul makes a thing called the bad lever. Thank you, Scott. Thanks for telling me. Keystone. All right, so that's the left side of the cummerbund, rocking a total of 6 mags here. I have up to 10 mags on this plate carrier, depending on what I'm doing, where I'm going, how it rolls. I like 10 plus 1. Now, there's 6 here. There's 2 on my war belt. So that makes 8. And then I have 2 in my ruck currently. But I have been known to, and oftentimes do, move those 2 from my ruck onto the left side, or I'm sorry, the right side cummerbund of this plate carrier. I have back here a Kenwood radio. This is in a tourniquet pouch, believe it or not. That's a Condor tourniquet pouch. Got the antenna fished up through the molly here, and then run the push-to-talk mic here as well. Now again, I've got a radio and a push-to-talk mic on my line 1. Yes, I do. These are different radios. They're designed for different things. The Kenwood is internal comms. The radio on the war belt is a Baofeng. That's external comms. I can talk to the world with the Baofeng. I can talk to my guys with the Kenwood. And so all of my kits around here that are for me, for my guys, for my people, we run the Kenwoods. They're encrypted, privacy codes. You can't even pick them up on the Baofeng. We've tried. Me and Gordy tried. You can't get them. So that's good. I like that. Now, somebody who is trying hard enough certainly could. There's no such thing as secure commo, but there it is. Okay, so the Kenwood is for internal conversations. Up here, we've got a tourniquet with a blue rubber band here. Thank you, Asparagus Industry. Really, Asparagus Industry, if it wasn't for you, I don't know what I would do. I only have 16,000 blue rubber bands, and it's all because of you. You are the wind beneath my wings. Thank you, Asparagus Industry. So, and that's just rubber banded on. The idea behind that is you can grab the rubber band and rip, and it will come without fighting with it, because 38 seconds. Okay. Hydration. This is the bite valve for the hydration bladder, and there is a 3-liter bladder back here in the day pack. And the day pack has got the things, all right? And we'll unpack it super quick. This is not new to a lot of you guys here, but a lot of you guys are new, so we're gonna go through it. We got 2 peanut butter crunch Cliff Bars, triangle bandage, because we've got some 5-hour energies. We have wool socks in a quart Ziploc, and another 5-hour energy, some Tums, and you want to stuff, I usually stuff a plastic bag like a Walmart sack in the top so they don't rattle around. And then I've got, these are maps that y'all aren't allowed to see, and I've got a face shield, which can be used for like today where it's hot and sweaty. You got that going on. I've got some earplugs, a little mess kit here, a little tiny knife, corkscrew can opener type thing, and oh, I can feel it. If you don't know what that is, that's a can opener, super cool. Some more earplugs for doing range things, and that's it in the top pouch. So let's go ahead and put all that stuff back in there, because capabilities. This is a day pack. It's designed to sustain for, yes, a day. And this is the kind of thing that if I had to go work a post, go stand here and do this thing, okay, self-contained, grab this kit, put it on. I could have it with the war belt, good to go. I could have it not with the war belt, doesn't matter, good to go. There's enough redundancy here between this and the war belt that they complement each other, but they don't require each other. So that's kind of what I'm going for here is they complement each other, but they don't require one another to work properly. Down here, we have, this is toilet paper in case you got a poo, and it's in a Ziploc bag because this is a little thing called paracord, pre-cut, pre-burnt ends, and then tied into a monkey fist. And I get 100-foot hank of paracord, and I cut 6 6-footers, makes 36 feet, and 4 16-footers makes 64 feet. You add those two things together, you get 100 feet. Most paracord people sell it, they say it's 100 foot, it's 101 to 102 feet. I know that because I cut them up. So, but that way they're pre-cut. A 16-footer is great for a ridgeline for a tarp shelter or a poncho shelter. 6-footers are great for general lashing, and then you don't have to mess with cutting it in the field. And then if you need to do something like throw a line up through a tree or something like that, you can tie your 16-footers together. So 4 16-footers, 6 6-footers, pre-cut, pre-burnt ends, tied together in a monkey fist, ready to go. And then this is a, this thing is great. The Frog Togs poncho for $10 at Walmart. I couldn't be happier with this. It's a poncho. It's a big roomy poncho. It's somewhere, it's like if plastic and parachute silk had a bastard child. That's what it feels like. I've got 4 granola bars here. Incidental calories are the bomb. And then this pack has straps that go with it as well, that you can take this off of the Molly and then put these straps on it and carry it like a regular day pack. And I get this question constantly, so I'll answer it. This is the Condor HCB2 Hilo Charlie Bravo 2 HCB2 Condor HCB2 day pack, and it's about $50, but I love it. It has lots of capabilities, and it comes with a 3-liter water bladder. That's what's in there currently. And then in the back here, where the bladder's at, I've got some NIOSH masks, a whole bunch. This is about 2 pounds of peanuts, because I'm a peanut butter bear. And then I've got some zip ties, 1, 2 MREs, and then a full bladder. So lots of capability in this kit. Why does it weigh 38 pounds? That's why it weighs 38 pounds, but I can do all the things in this kit with that, I mean, I'm good to go. I've got calories, I've got candle, I've got cordage, I've got combustion, I've got all the things between my EDC and this, or my Line 1 and this, good to go. That's how I set up a plate carrier. That's my setup. Other than that, it's nothing special. Without the day pack, it's nothing special. It's a radio and some magazines and a blowout kit, which is pretty much what's on everybody's thing, is a radio, some magazines, and a blowout kit. As it pretty much should be, because all you really need is, on your Line 2, is a radio, some magazines, and a blowout kit. And water. Water's good. Or Keystone. Moving right along. This is the chest rig. This is the Condor modular chest set. That's what it's called. It has this built-in bladder carrier on the back. We'll just start here first. This has a 3-liter bladder in it. It also has dropped some utensils, and there was an MRE in there, and there's not anymore, so I should fix that. Get in there. Get in there. Go. Good job. You're tremendous. Believe me, believe me. All right. So there should be an MRE in there. I know why I took it out. Rucking. That was the issue I was having with it. The bladder works okay. With the MRE in there, not so much. Lots of weird like back pressure-y points going on. So water bladder, same setup here. Push to talk mic and a tourniquet. You've seen some redundancy here. I mean, that's the idea. That is also connected to a Kenwood radio, which is actually down inside the pouch back here. I've got 6 mags up front, 6 AR mags up front. Now I've got over here, got a tourniquet, and yes, I know that's a green pouch, don't care, doesn't match the Coyote. I've got a tourniquet, and I've got a blowout kit right next to each other. Why the tourniquet not in the blowout kit? Either or is fine. Either or is fine, but I like being able to get at it ASAP. And so, yeah, again, lots of tourniquets. I mean, they cost nothing and they take up no space and they weigh nothing. So why not? Tourniquet and blowout kit. That's my right side. And then my left side, my off side, I've got, there's some pouches here. This is a green pouch from Sojourn Gear. It was kind of the beginning pouch that started the wonderful relationship between the two of us. And then a Condor. This is for belt-fed ammo, but it makes a great sustainment pouch. So, and unfortunately, I don't currently have anything that runs on belt-fed ammo. So the green pouch, I got a triangle bandage, fixed blade knife. This is the Ontario Rat Company Rat 3. Great knife. As you can see, it's been used. This was my EDC blade for 2 or 3 years. And then I transitioned away from a fixed blade to a folder. I've got more maps, and then in here, you see there's a Sharpie, and then 2 different types of pens, and they are in there with also some note paper as well, and in a Ziploc bag. Advil is your friend. More cordage, and a headlamp. See, it's actually good that I do this. There's supposed to be a headlamp in that plate carrier, and there's not. So I need to put a headlamp in there for show, for shizzle. So the idea behind this GP pouch on the plate carrier is just it carries a little bit of capability for, you know, for the things to have some cover, some compass, some cordage, and then, you know, speaking of compass, in this admin pouch in the middle, I've got a Lensatic compass here, and I've got a bandana, and I've got a face shield for just covering, you know, dust or debris or wind or pollen or whatever, just covering that up, or if it's cold. And then the sustainment pouch, and I've kind of dove through this one before as well, but why not? We're here. So I've got a couple of civilian chem lights. I've got some more peanuts. Peanuts are high fat, high protein, and these are salted, so if you're sweating, that'll help replace all the things. And I like them, and they're convenient. That's the idea behind peanuts too, is I can just reach into this pouch without having to stop doing what I'm doing. As long as we're not actively engaging targets or something, I can just stand here, talk to you, reach into that pouch, grab a handful of peanuts, no problem. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 granola bars, a sharpening stone to go with the knife. This is just a little Smith's, and another granola bar, some tape, and some wire, some duct tape, a ferro rod, and water tabs. And these can be added to that bladder to purify water. So that's my line 2. That's what I'm running for line 2. And again, the idea here is that it stacks with capability on top of your line 1, which was either your EDC or your war belt. And it's basically water, magazines, medical, commo. Right? That's basically line 2. If you want to throw some calories in, throw some calories in. But basically, line 2 is water, medical, commo, mags. So, yeah, and we'll jump into line 3 shortly. Shalom.